Is Legends ZA worth $70? Well, IGN seems to think it is, so I'm going to review it myself. I'm not going to get too much into the story here because I don't want to spoil anything, but my overall opinion of it is it's not very good. The Pokemon stories haven't been good for a while now, so whatever. I wasn't really expecting much. I kind of just wanted to do a review from someone that actually bought the game. It seems like every time you look a review up on YouTube, you just get a long list of corporate bullshit. Just seems like every channel's been around for like 100 years. They have a team of like 1,000 guys behind them. And with game prices going up to even $80 now, I think it's important to have more people reviewing these in a more unfiltered way. So yeah, that's why I made this channel, and I'm just gonna try to give you an authentic review every time. So a quick thing about the story before I get into everything else. There's not even really a villain in this story. You have this Corbo dude, and he's a total sissy. He holds some debt over your head for a little bit and then just says, yeah, forget about it. What happened to Team Rocket trying to like steal your Pokemon, or Team Galactic literally trying to break the fabric of space and time itself? My biggest criticism about the game overall is the relentless dialogue. It literally does not stop. You think it's over after the tutorial, but it just keeps going. It'd be one thing if the dialogue was actually good, but it's brutal. Another thing about this game just in general is that you can't even ride your Pokemon. I really just don't see how they released a game 3 to 4 years before this one, and actually 2 of them, because 2 different Pokemon games came out in 2022. You were able to fly, ride, drive, climb your Pokemon around, and this one, we're kind of just stuck running around. And then of course the really cool elevators that you can go up. There's also these obstacle courses that you have to do throughout the game to kind of progress, and I'm not the biggest fan of those either. I mean, they're okay, they're fine, I guess, but when there's already not a lot to offer with this game, it just kind of sucks. You use your phone to float across these areas, and I mean, that's it. Then you climb up ladders, and then you grab the Pokeballs. There's not a lot to it. And then of course the fact that you're stuck inside of a city, but hardly any of the buildings actually let you go into them. You can't go into any of the stores. I would have loved to see some of the stores because the interiors aren't that bad in this game. I'm gonna try not to say exactly what everyone else says about the graphics. Honestly, I'm kind of just disappointed here because it has some actual potential. There's some areas in this game that really would look good if they had actually tried on the buildings. Another thing is that every roof looks exactly the same, just for the sake of you being able to jump up the roof. And the graphics in general are just a little bit weird in this game too. If you look closely, you could just kind of see people disappearing and then reappearing. I thought with the Switch 2 we'd be past this, but apparently this is still a problem for Pokemon games. A couple good things I can say about it though is the character customization. First off, you can see it'll actually let you go in and change the undershirt and the overshirt, like the pattern and the colors and everything for it. So I think it's kind of crazy that this is unironically one of the better parts about the game and a step in the right direction for Pokemon games. I also thought it was cool that it lets you take your own picture for your trainer card or whatever you want to call it. Dude, look at mine. I'm absolutely fucking mogging. Here, I'll put the full screenshot up on the screen too, but like, it's actually kind of badass, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so the battles in this game are pretty much the exact same thing you've been doing for 20 years, except it's a little bit more interactive. I guess my biggest problem with it is that it's trying to present itself like it's something new, and it's pretty much exactly the same thing as before. And look, I don't even have a problem with turn-based combat, but they're doing this thing where they're trying to make it seem like it's not that. Another big problem with the battles in this game is that you never need to Mega Evolve. You know, I feel like half the reason to even play the game is because of the Mega Evolutions, and it just isn't even necessary for this game. You can go through like pretty much the whole story without Mega Evolving once and be perfectly fine. Except for maybe the rogue Mega Evolution battles that you have to do, but even those, if you just use the plus moves, you can still get through the whole battle without Mega Evolving. The catching is maybe the most egregious part about this game, especially when you're comparing it to Arceus. It felt so much more smooth in that game, and it felt a lot more real. It felt like you were the one controlling the Pokeball and where it went. This one, it's so much more snappy, and it seems like it's just controlled by the game. Okay, here's a direct comparison. Watch me try to catch this Weedle that's on the move in ZA. And this is what I mean right here. I mean, just look at this clip from Arceus. It actually let you control the Pokeballs with motion control in this game, and I have no idea why they took it out. You could just see how much smoother it is and how much more realistic it is trying to catch stuff in this game. And then of course there's the fact that they just totally took all the ball variants out. Not really sure why they did that either. There used to be like the jet balls where you could just snipe them. Then they had the heavy balls or the gigaton balls for the bigger Pokemon. And then of course they just had the regular ones too, but that's all they have in ZA. To answer the original question, I think it's pretty clear that this is not worth $70, especially when you could just go buy Legends Arceus for $60. And it's not like I even want to sit here and dunk on Pokemon, because quite honestly, I wouldn't even have a Switch if it weren't for Pokemon, and I still ended up putting 80 hours into this game, and of course I had fun with it. I mean, like, look at my lineup. We got Garchomp, Tyranichud, Bill Clinton, Marvin, Randy, and of course Mallory. And these guys really got me through a tough time here because this game was just not good. I really just think this game has no replay value, especially compared to Arceus. And I hate to just constantly compare it to Arceus, but a lot of these little things really made Arceus stand out from the other Pokemon games, which is why I liked it so much and why I think a lot of other people liked it so much. This game just comes off as another Pokemon game. I mean, Arceus has this long list of all the Pokemon in the game with all these research tasks that you could do, and for every checkmark that you get, the shiny odds increase for that Pokemon. Why is there not something like this in ZA? Something like this almost gives it an infinite replay value, because I could just keep going for these and it would take me hundreds of hours to finally complete this. And then when I do, it'll just be infinitely easier to catch shinies. And then I could take those shinies and move them into any other game. Sword, Shield, Scarlet and Violet, whatever. I'm not really sure what's up with this, but if you try to take any of the Pokemon from Legends ZA and put it into Scarlet and Violet, or Arceus, or any of the other ones, it won't let you. So basically, if you catch it in ZA or you move it into ZA, you can't move it out. So that's another reason why I don't really see myself going for that many shiny hunts on here, is because I don't see myself playing this game a lot. And if I catch a bunch of shinies on here, they're just stuck. So if you're going to buy a Pokemon game in 2026, literally buy any other Pokemon game out there. Even the ones that just came out, Pokopia, Fire Red and Leaf Green just came out on the Switch too. So yeah, I didn't want to make this a very long video, just a quick review and some cool animations, because why not? I'm giving this shit a 2 out of 10. Not a whole lot of good to say about this game, so if you actually work for your money, probably just buy another game. Thanks.